Hi, this is Gary Mintchell. Back in Sydney, Ohio. It's fall. Actually, the cicadas were right. It's an early fall in Ohio. But last week, the first week of October 2012, I was in Anaheim, California, just walking distance from Disneyland, which I never saw. I was at the Anaheim Hilton, but I kind of went over to the Anaheim Marriott for a part of a day or so to cover a couple of different conferences. The Emerson Global Users Exchange was occurring at the Hilton and the Convention Center, and that attracted about 3,000 people. Could have been more. I never got an updated number, but they were anticipating maybe more. But 3,000 people, registered attendees, is a huge number. And you put all those into a ballroom for a keynote or for lunches, it's just fantastic. And a huge trade show floor with a lot of stuff going on like that. Tons and tons of conversations covering the whole gamut of Emerson's products and services and industries that they serve. And new products, tons of new products. You know, the new version of Delta V is out. If you remember, they have electronic marshalling and the little modules they call charms that are kind of like configurable I/O. You know, just to be crass about it. But last year they announced adding intrinsic safety within that, so you could do intrinsic safety without a lot of extra stuff. This year, and they told me this is led by customers. Customers said, well, you know, we got the safety integrated systems going on, and we really like this, and now we've got the charms and electronic marshalling. We'd love to have the safety put in there. And the Emerson plan was to wait a little bit, and customers said, we want it faster than that. So they came out with it and announced it at the show. It'll be available very shortly. And so that's really significant. The other significant thing, all of a sudden, I don't know if you noticed, I've been writing about wireless for years now, and wondering when something is really going to happen. And I knew Wireless Heart because I was at Achema in Germany in July or June. I don't know, one of those months, and went through and talked to the Wireless Heart people and in Heart Communication Foundation. And I knew I had a lot of use. Well, anyway, Emerson announced that they have 1 billion, with a B, hours of operation of their wireless networks through approximately 10,000 individual networks. So is wireless here? Yeah, it's mainstream. What's it being used for? All kinds of stuff, including some control kinds of applications, awful lot of sensing for measurement and diagnostics and so on. Measurement of places that you could never get to if you were trying to do it wired, or just because it was cheaper and faster to do wireless than it was to try to run wires. All kinds of reasons for using wireless, and it's here. Okay, it's done. So a lot of other new products you can check out emersonexchange2012.com or automationworld.com, or my blog. I posted some of that stuff on my blog also earlier from all that. So that's one. The second thing was at the same time, and nobody ever admitted exactly how this happened, that you know, for the that Invensys software wound up at the same place, same time. So, excuse me, the exchange started on Monday. On Wednesday and part of Thursday was Invensys Software's user group. They'd already had the Foxborough user group. As a matter of fact, this week, as I'm recording this in Ohio, they are somewhere else with two other aspects of their software business, SimSci S-Core, and now I forget which two. There was Avantis and Wonderware, and then SimSci S-Core, and I've gone mind-numb and Teletrack for this week, and then the Triconics one coming up. So they split into 4 different user groups, and software with the Wonderware Avantis was last week. And believe it or not, it was really kind of last minute. They didn't have tons of time to plan it. They had 550 registered attendees. They had a lot of sessions. It was well put together. A couple of good keynotes. It was amazing, quite frankly. I had never thought they could have done that. I went over across the street expecting a couple of hundred people. and would have thought that they did okay with a couple of hundred, quite frankly. So it was pretty good. I got a chance to sit down with Ravi Gopinath, who is the new president of software. They now have 3 operating divisions, or business units, if you will. So they have the software business unit and the systems business unit, which is like Foxborough, and then they have the equipment business unit, probably Eurotherm measurement and instrumentation kind of products, that sort of thing. And so the three business units and some central marketing and so on in their new organization under Mike Khalil. But it was very well, very well attended. A lot of enthusiasm. I wondered. I didn't have a lot of time because I was working so much on the Emerson show daily. But I came back and well attended keynotes. A lot of people in the hallways. Seemed to be a lot of enthusiasm. Couldn't sit in any conference sessions or any of the workshops, but looked to be pretty good. So that's 2, and that's 2 of them that I wish that we could get young engineers to come in, maybe college, maybe high school, and see the enthusiasm of all these people, the chemies, double E's, computer programming, computer science kind of people, all these different disciplines, and we're all working toward doing things to make life better for people. From the different products that we manufacture, we're all manufacturing, we're all making stuff. And we make mostly stuff that people need and want and make life better for people. And if I think if young people could see the enthusiasm of these engineers getting together to learn how to do this better, maybe that would be one of the evangelism things that we could do to bring people into the industry. Anyway, that's my editorial thought for the afternoon. And this is Gary Mintchell back in Sydney, Ohio, after reporting on Emerson Exchange and Invensys Operations Management Software User Group. So have a good one.